Hello, and welcome to our first session on the Cal Imperfect Weak Verb. If you've looked at this chapter at all, then you know that it's one of the most lengthy chapters that we've had thus far. When I constructed our list of assignments for this semester, I was trying to make everything fit, and I think I may have been a little too aggressive on this one to think that we could cover the Cal Imperfect Strong alongside the Cal Imperfect Weak. So, and I will send an email out to the class so that you'll have this in written form, but I have decided that we are not going to do the WA, which is chapter 17, that we are going to save that for next semester and pick up next semester with the WA. And we're going to take this week and next week so that we can look at the Cal Imperfect Weak Verb. Now, you will have your quiz this Sunday, which will include all your vocabulary, and it will only include through. Well, I'll tell you when we get to the last section on the Cal Imperfect Week how far you should go with what you study. But obviously this is just way too much material for us to try to digest. In most classes, if you were taking this as a full semester, we would spend an entire 2 full sessions on just the Cal Imperfect Weak Verb. But that's not something that we have afforded to us, so I'm going to do the best that I can. I'm going to divide the chapter in half. We'll take on the Cal Imperfect Strong, and then half of the chapter on the Cal Imperfect Weak. And then next week we will just do the second half of the Cal Imperfect Week and have our final. So I hope that doesn't confuse you too much, and if it does, again, I'll put this in written form and make sure that I put it online for you so that you can actually visually see this. Now, this is one of the most complicated chapters, but after we get through this, you can do anything. If you can do this chapter, you can do anything. Let's start out first. Let's see where I am here on my sheets. Yeah, there we go. The spelling of the 2 guttural and the 3 ion het verbs. Let's look at this paradigm here. The gutturals prefer A-type vowels, and because of this preference, the stem vowel of 2 guttural and 3 het ion verbs is patha, not holum, as in the strong verb paradigm. Here we have yivhar and ishlach. And you can see how the vowel changes to the pathak in these, and that should not surprise you because we know that gutturals do this sort of thing. Now, gutturals cannot take a vocal schwa, but they take the reduced hatef vowels. In 2 guttural verbs, therefore, the vocal schwa changes to hatef patha in the 2fs and 3mp and 2mp forms. And you see that displayed for you there. No big surprises there. We know that the gutturals just do this sort of thing, and these are the vowels that they prefer. There you go. You can see it there, and then you can see it on that sample there as well. Now, with the gutturals, maybe it'll pan back out here and we can get the whole thing. With the Cal Imperfect Weak, the 2 gutturals and the 3 het ion verbs. This is chapter 16.2 in your book if you want to look at this where it's not fuzzy like it is on this particular paradigm. The hatef pathak, you're going to find that the hatef pathak is where you would normally see the schwa, and that's going to be the greatest change that you see here with these 2 gutturals and 3 het ion verbs. Now, the 3 aleph verbs kind of do their own thing, like all the gutturals do. Most of the changes that take place in the imperfect of this weak verb class results from the fact that the aleph in the 3rd root position is quiescent, and this quiescent aleph causes the stem vowel to change from pathak to comets in most of the paradigm. And you can see there, look, under your ion, you see the comets there. And let me pronounce these words for you just so that you have an idea of how they're going to be pronounced. It's imza, timza, imza. Now, there we go. The identical 3FP and 2FP forms exhibit an unexpected Segol stem vowel. The variation is unusual but should pose no difficulty for the identification of these forms. And there you can see the Segol in that third letter. This is so much fun. I wish I could figure out what's making my camera do this. There you can see the Segol under the stem vowel. Oh, I'm sorry, under the stem consonant. And here you see a paradigm, or the paradigms for these from these Cal Imperfect Week 3 Aleph verbs. The stem vowel changes to an A class, the long A comments, because of the quiescent Aleph, as you already know. The 3FP and 2FP, we get the Segol. And you just need to memorize those changes as far as the 3 Aleph verbs are concerned. Now I'm going to stop there and let you go and do your workbook materials and work through that, and I'm going to come back and do another section on this Cal Imperfect Week verb.